Hey guys, Richard here with eBike Reviews and Adventures. Well, guess what time it is? It's finally time to do the full review of the Mooncool MC3. Now this is long overdue for a couple of reasons. You know, I got the MC3 about 6-8 weeks ago. Yeah, but the day after I received it, I started riding it. I started using it for group rides, going out doing longer rides with friends, started to put accessories on it because I kind of needed it for these rides, and one thing after another, and here it is almost a month and a half later. I haven't even done the full review yet, but I can tell you what, we're going to do it right now. We're going to talk about the specs, plus I'm going to show you some changes that I made already to the bike to customize it for my needs, for my use right here. So that's what we're doing. Here we go. All right, guys, just first a big thanks to Mooncool for sending the MC3 for me to test out and review. There are a lot of things I like about this bike, a couple things that probably could be improved upon, and I've already made some suggestions to Mooncool. And I tell you what, I like Mooncool because they listen to suggestions from folks like myself and folks like you, and they work towards implementing those changes to make a better product. So I do like them for that. Let's jump into it. What makes the Mooncool MC3 special? Well, first of all, no doubt, the motors. It is a dual motor. You got a 500 watt motor there and another 500 watt motor right here. And I tell you what, it's magical. If you've never ridden a bike with two motors before, it's a lot of fun. Here's why. I typically ride around with just one motor, but there has been several instances already where on the fly, I hit the button up there and engage the front motor, and so we had all-wheel drive, and it was really nice and convenient. When I was going up some hills, going over some pedestrian bridges, a couple of times I got myself into places where it was just kind of slippery, loose gravel, and I engaged that motor on the fly, and it was so convenient to have. It truly is all-wheel drive, and that part was nice. The next big feature, we're just going to jump right into it. The next big feature I really like about this bike is they offer a dual battery option. Now the integrated battery is 14 amp hours, okay? Kind of small for a bigger size bike like this, especially a bike that is designed to go off-road, right? But I like that they give you an option to get an optional battery, and it hangs right here on the connection points where your water bottle would go. Plus, it's got its own port. So you don't have to swap batteries. This battery's connected all the time. That's pretty convenient. I really like that. So together, you've got 28.5 amp hours of battery right there. Just huge. One of my favorite features of the bike, because I like to go longer distances. I'm a bigger guy. I need at least 20 amp hour battery. And sometimes that's really pushing it for me on some of the rides I go on. No more range anxiety for me. Now we know I can go longer distances and not have to worry about it. Okay, let's jump up here in the front and take a look here. We do have 26x4 fat tires. They've got a nice aggressive tread. Some people complain, or not complain, but have commented on some of my many videos I've already produced that those tires make a lot of road noise. They are a little noisier than some, but you know what? I don't mind that too much. What would bother me more is if the motors whined really bad going down the road, and they don't. They're pretty quiet. So I like that. We do have these suspension forks up here, and they do have the lockout so that you can go ahead and make adjustments to your riding preference up there. We have plastic fenders right here. We have the integrated headlight. The wiring is not too bad. It's in pretty good shape. I like it when the wiring is wrapped, looking good. Kind of unique. The wiring goes in on both sides of the frame, okay? And it goes down past the battery. So that's the front. Let's move on down the side over here. We didn't talk about the brakes. These are hydraulic disc brakes. And these are I believe that would be 180 millimeter rotor, if I'm not mistaken. But hydraulic brakes, which is great to see. Over here, we do have the integrated battery. You can see the battery compartment there. Here we have a really nice, I like this style cap for the port. It's real sturdy. It's not a cheap little plug that keeps falling out. I like that a lot right there. Moving on towards the back right here. I already upgraded to my favorite suspension seat post. And as you see, I've already upgraded to my favorite saddle. The saddle that comes with it is quite small. It is firm, like most saddles are, so that's why I upgraded. Moving down here, we do have a smaller front crank. I believe this crank was like a 44 tooth or something. Not real sure, but I think it was like a 44 tooth. And moving on to the back here, we do have the derailleur back here. There's no derailleur guard. Kind of wish there was. It would have just added a little extra protection when you're riding off-road on the trails. Moving up here, you do have this rack right here. And you know, it's a pretty sturdy rack. I've used it for my saddlebags, some other things. Haven't had any issues at all with it. Moving to the back right here. Here's one of the things that could be improved upon. We have just a battery operated rear light. It's not integrated with the main battery. So that means there's no brake light or anything like that. And that's kind of a bummer for me because I really wished it had that. One of the reasons it doesn't is the fenders and rack are accessory items that you have to purchase separately. So this bike isn't designed out of the box, you know, to have a rack that would have an integrated rear light. So that's unfortunate, but that's okay. You know, maybe a future improvement there they'll make. The rest of the bike is spot on, working well for us. Moving back around here, just taking another gander at the bike before we go up into the cockpit. Now up here in the cockpit, I've already made some changes. Again, because I was using the bike a lot, I went ahead and put my favorite mirrors on, but we'll start here with the handle grips. Now, because it's a mountain style type of bike, I would like to have seen handle grips that had the palm rest, okay? Because that just helps give your hands a little more support. These thin tubular right here, it kind of hurts your hand after a period of time if you're like doing a long ride. So I do prefer the other style. We do have a thumb throttle right here, and it works well. It's not too soft like you've seen on some other bikes. Right here is our controls for our motors. So right now we're in rear wheel drive, or we can flip it over to front wheel drive, or D for dual motor. Typically I keep it on rear wheel drive, but when you do need that dual motor, our display just timed out. When you do need that dual motor, I'll tell you what, this thing will kick, because those 500 watt motors, they're delivering 75 Newton meters of torque, okay, times 2. So I'm not a mathematician or an engineer, but you know, 75 and 75 equals 150 Newton meters of torque. It's debatable whether or not you're getting a true 150 Newton meters with a setup like this. I don't know. I can't speak to that, but I can tell you those dual motors work real well, especially on larger inclines like some passenger bridges and things I had to go up and over the highway. This thing just cruised right up it without any hesitation. Here we have the just a typical, you know, simple display, but it's convenient. You can easily reach the pedal assist levels. And if you notice here, pedal assist levels are indicated by a bar graph instead of a number. Kind of wished it was a number. That seems to be pretty standard. It does have a power indicator that tells you how much juice you're using when you're running down the road. There's our odometer. We've already got 175 miles on this bike with many more to come. Yeah, there you go. And you have a mode button here where you can switch over to your trip, your voltage, your current, exactly, you know, or etc. So we'll leave it right there. Let's get over here to the handlebar stem. Now this is another change I made. I did add this, I think that was like a 5-inch stem riser that I added. And the reason being, I'm a tall rider. And so when I'm sitting on that saddle with that stem being considerably lower, I was leaning over a lot, which is fine. You know, a mountain style bike, you typically are leaning forward. You got that aggressive stance because they're designed to be going downhill, right? But that's not how I ride. I prefer a more upright riding position when I'm out cruising around. So I added that right there, and it's a perfect height for me. This is a cell phone accessory that I added, so that is not standard with the bike. Moving over here, this bell is, so they give you a bell. And another thing I really like is you have a 7-speed shifter right here, and it's the finger shifter, okay? It's not the thumb shifter that we often see on bikes. I always prefer the finger shifters. Those are so much nicer. And then of course the other handle grip, mirror on the other side. So hey, that's going to be it for the specs. I can't think of anything else that I really want to share with you right now. So let's get on the road and let's talk about this a little bit more. We'll talk about how it performs, and then we'll wrap up this video. All right, let's move into the riding portion of this video, and we'll just show you a few things here. Now, we recently upgraded our video equipment and our audio equipment, and the audio is designed to kind of not pick up on a lot of external noises. So I won't be able to, moving forward, I won't be able to give you a good indication of what the motor sounds like, because it's largely going to be drowned out, so you won't be able to hear that too much. But I don't know, you might pick up, you might pick it up. You might pick up the tire noise too. Tire noise is not bad. I mean, it does rumble, okay? And I don't think it's as bad as what some people have indicated on some of my previous videos. Yeah, it's noisier than a lot of bikes that we've had, but it's still not too bad. You know, I don't mind it at all. I think they're good tires. They've been performing very well, so I've been happy with all that. All right, let's see here. What are we going to do first? We're going to get out of the, going to make a turn here because we do have a truck coming behind us. So we'll go this way. All right, so out of the box, this is got a maximum speed of 20 miles an hour. And Mooncool doesn't like to advertise or put the information out there that allows you to unlock it to a higher speed, because they're kind of safety conscious. You know, they're a newer company, and it was designed to be 20 mile an hour, and so they're kind of leaning that direction. But I will tell you, you can unlock it, and if you unlock it, it goes to 25. I haven't been able to get it to go any faster than that, but I appreciate that, because I like having, as a consumer, you know, I would like having that option to make it go a little bit faster. Understanding some places the law is only 20, and you have to respect the law. In my area, you know, I'm allowed to go 28. So 20 for me is just a little slow. When I'm riding with a group of friends, sometimes we need to exceed that, or if you get separated from your group for some reason and you're trying to catch up, it's a lot harder to catch up if you're not going much faster than what they are. So I like having that option to zip up there and go a little faster. All right, so right now I'm in pedal assist 3. We're pedaling along at a comfortable 15 miles an hour, and I've got plenty of pedal. Let's just go ahead and bump this up to pedal assist 4. Not a lot of change there. It kind of brings us up to about 16 and a half or so miles per hour. I got a little bit of a headwind there. So yeah, there we are. We're settling in about 16.3. And you know, I can still pedal. I still got plenty of pedal. There's no ghost pedaling at this point. You can see how fast I'm pedaling. So everything's feeling nice and good. Go ahead and jump it up to pedal assist 5. This is where we can get going. Now I'm starting to get a little bit of ghost pedaling right there at 20 miles an hour. That's where the ghost pedaling starts showing up, and I'm just not able to keep up with it. Maybe some younger folks could keep up with it. I wouldn't be able to at that point. I can still pedal just to get that crank moving so that I get the full speed out of the bike. So that's still possible. See here, I'm going nice and slow just to keep that crank moving. And in doing so, I can get up to 25. I'm going to slow down here for the curve. I am still in the neighborhood. We're going to go out here on our little country road real quick and see how things are out here. And then we're going to just test it out with throttle only and show you what that looks like. All right, so this is going to be throttle only. In pedal assist 5, we're just going to go right to the max. There we are at 18, 19, 20, 21, and it's a slow creep, 22, 23. So as you can see, it's kind of a slow creep up there at that top speed as it slowly ramps up. And there's 24. I've got that headwind again. That's holding me back a little bit. Let's go ahead and slow down here. I'm going to go ahead and stop here for a minute. What we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and, on the fly, we're going to kick it into dual motor, and then we're going to do this again. So now we're in dual motor. We've got a good torque taking us off there. We're already at 16, 18, 20, 22, 23, 24. There's 25. 25 and a half, 26, 26 and a half, okay. So about 26 and a half from my body weight. So you can see that dual motor has huge benefits. If you want to get started kind of fast, you know, you just got to kick that thing up there in a dual motor, and you know, it's going to give it to you. Plenty of power, plenty of torque. We can even put it on front wheel drive if we want and just use the front tire. We're going to go through the grass here a little bit as it pulls us through. Let's go ahead and get turned around here, because I haven't actually tested this. Let's see what the front motor only does. Felt it slip in the gravel right there just a little bit. So again, front motor only. There's 16, 17, 18, 19, there's 20, there's 21, there's 22, there's 23. So a little faster than the rear motor, but again, we don't have as much headwind either. It's a little bit of wind today, so that could be part of it. So I'm going to switch it back over to dual. I'm going to switch it back over to the rear motor. So we're cruising along at 20 miles an hour. We're going to go ahead and test the brakes. So here we go. Both brakes braking hard. There you go. So good brakes. The hydraulic brakes are working fine. A little bit of wheel slippage on the pavement there, but yeah, they work great. All right, so let's see, what else can I show you? Dual motor. Let's just... Oh yeah, that's fun. You know what? Why not do that again? Let's just do that again. You know, it's a ditch. It's not somebody's yard or anything. It's just a ditch. So dual motor. Yeah, we're kicking it pretty hard here. Look at that. Oh yeah. Bottomed out that fork just a little bit there. Oh yeah. Good times. I think I bumped my camera loose there. Yeah, good times for sure. Let's go ahead and brake hard. No one behind us. Let's get turned around. Yeah, so guys, I've been using this as my daily rider for, like I said, the last 8 weeks or so, just because it's a smooth riding bike. It's just been a lot of fun. Mostly I've really enjoyed that dual battery, extra battery. I've enjoyed the dual motor on several occasions, so that's been real nice to have. So those are my two favorite features of this bike. I do wish that the gear set was a little bit better, so you didn't have so much ghost pedaling at the top end. But again, that's pretty common among a lot of e-bikes. You know, they have that 1428 gear set. That's okay. But yeah, it's a good bike. It's a good quality bike. I've been enjoying it. And yeah, consider it. You know, check out, see if I had some discount codes. I believe they might still work, so just check them out. They'll be down below. Of course, there's an affiliate link down below if you want to go and purchase this, but certainly go look at the specs, see what Mooncool is offering. I think the price is good for what you're getting. You know, I think the price is very good for what you're getting. It's a fun bike. It truly is. I've been enjoying it, and will continue to enjoy it for the foreseeable future. And guys, if you're new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button, because I've got a lot of content for a lot of people. It's not just e-bike reviews, it's accessory reviews. We do group rides, we do solo rides, we do maintenance tips. We just do a variety of things to have fun on this channel, all related to e-bikes. And so we've got content for everybody. If you find a video you don't care for, that's okay. You don't have to watch it. Just stick around and wait for the next video, because it might be something important to you. It might be something entertaining, something that you enjoy. Everyone's welcome on this community. So we hope you support our channel and stick around. If you do subscribe, make sure you hit the little notification bell so you get notified of videos, so I don't get lost in the mix. That's going to be it for this one. Until the next video, you guys be safe.